Okay, yard fanatics, welcome back to Bermuda Grass Central. Now that I've gotten you to the point where you understand image, I need for you to learn how to suppress those weeds with your lawnmower. Now, this is one of the very most important steps after you treat your treat your lawn for weeds. This is the best way to keep them under control and suppressed. Okay, yard fanatics, if you haven't subscribed, guys, do me a favor. Click that subscription button, ding that notification bell, and every time BYD uploads a video, you will be notified by YouTube. Hey guys, I'm going to get right to it. The best way to suppress those weeds is to use your lawnmower. Now, people are asking me this, BYD, why am I cutting dormant Bermuda lawn? For a couple of reasons. If you got weeds in your lawn, you need to go ahead and cut it to keep it neat, but at the same time, you will suppress those weeds. Now, I will suggest for those of you who have this tremendous amount of weeds, watch this video first, all right? Click on that video, watch it, then come back. I'll wait. Okay, welcome back to Bermuda Grass Central. You just watched that video, and that's for those who have a tremendous amount of weeds. Those you got it somewhat under control, I need for you to follow these steps. Now, if any of this is helping you, make sure you click that like button, guys. The like button really helps the videos. But these are just basic steps, guys. There's nothing major about it, but a lot of people won't do it. I know you've driven or walked by somebody's house and they just got weeds just popping all out the ground, and they won't do anything because they're saying to themselves and to other people, well, it's dormant, so I can't cut it until the grass starts to green up. That's absolutely false. Cut those weeds, guys. If you have a bagger on your lawnmower, you need to do that. Follow these steps. Okay, yard fanatics, check it out. Like I said, you may hear some wind noise. Sorry for that, but it's windy out here the day of filming. And guys who want to know when I'm filming, this was filmed mid-February. That's why I have a mug scalp on top of my head to keep it warm. But look, BYD Jr. is going to use that one right there. And we put the bag on it, all right? Now, the good thing about this, I don't have to do anything, change mulching plugs and then like that, because it's a mulching wall by nature. All I had to do is lift the mulching deck up, connect the bag, and we're gonna bag those weeds, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and then some of my yard, I don't really have a lot of weeds. I'm gonna use the big mower for that. But the demonstration, it really is gonna be about bagging up those winter weeds or even summer weeds if it's summertime when you're watching this video with your lawnmower. This is one way to suppress those weeds. By cutting those weeds, you help stunt them if you've already treated them for weeds. So what I'm saying is this: you treated your yard with weeds. Got a couple of videos for that. The weeds are starting to die. A lot of people like to pull them out the ground. I suggest that you don't. Leave them in the ground, let them kill all the way to the root. That way you won't have divots or little plugs missing out of your yard. Now, I have had people say, well, I just dig up all my pour, which is fine, waste of time though. They have chemicals for that. All right, so we're gonna use the lawnmower to suppress those weeds. And I'll just start off with BYD Jr. using that small mower to show you how to suppress those weeds in your lawn with your lawnmower. Okay, yard fanatics. One of the reasons I'm showing you this angle, look how low the lawnmower is sitting, all right? Now, generally, I always recommend that if you had 3 inches of Bermuda, you take it down 1/2 inch at a time. The idea is to get it down to 1 inch, all right? Or even lower. But you can't take 4 or 5 inches off at one time. That's just too much. Make sure your lawnmower blade is sharpened when you do this. Another mistake I see people make is that they have the front of the mower. Matter of fact, let me show you. Okay, guys, they'll have the front of this mower set higher, which means they'll notch it up and leave the back low. You don't want your mower cutting like this, guys. You want it cut even. You don't want the back higher than that because you'll gouge out the grass. Cutting it like this, especially when it's growing, you're not getting an even cut. You're actually cutting your blade at an angle and you're ripping the grass. So if you've been told to cut it higher this way or lower that way, you've been told wrong. Cut that more at the same height all the way across. And you can make your adjustments right there. Some of you guys have the little bar that you can pull and it'll jack the whole mower. However your mower works, you know how it works. All right, but what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cut a strip, and I'll show you this real quick. I have dying pour right there. And guys, if you wanna know what those are, BYD calls those wash lines. That's when it's raining and all that thatch or excess debris starts to wash down in certain spots. I'll be making a video about that. But what I'm pointing out is this pour that's on the corner, how it's dying off. Fortunately for me, I don't have the white seeds, which means I'm catching it before those seeds fall off and germinate. Putting down your pre-emergent can also stunt seed growth sometimes, or putting down a, what they call it, a growth regulator. But generally, you don't use those until the grass actually starts growing. You don't put it down on dormant grass because it's not gonna work. But I don't have those white seeds, so I wanna bag this up. For those of you who have crabgrass, Dallisgrass, even gripeweed has seeds underneath the leaf that you can't see. Cutting it with a bagger bags those up. And these weeds are already dying off, so therefore I'm gonna suppress them. All right, let's demonstrate. Okay, you are in action now. I have Christopher up there at the top, and he's gonna crank it up and he's gonna come down. We have the mower set at its lowest setting, so whatever we bag up is what we're gonna bag up. Go ahead. Still cranks on the first pull, third season. Okay, y'all, for next, and like I said, ideally what it is he taking some of that off and we're bagging up weeds at the same time. Now, fortunately for me, I don't have gigantic, big old weeds per se, but this is how we're gonna do most of the yard. Now, some of it I'm going to use that big mower just to speed this up, but this is how you help suppress those weeds. Okay, y'all, for next, look, I have a whole section right here that I'm gonna have BYD Junior cut with the bagging mower. Now, let me point some things out for you idiots that's gonna start all that yip yap. That is not weed. Once again, that's annual ryegrass that I had issues with germinating that did not germinate last season, and this season it actually germinated. Now, it's an annual type ryegrass, it's gonna die off, but needed to germinate. In here, we do have some spots of weeds. If you saw my video that I did with that preen, you can see that the weeds are dying off. Now that's that broadleaf weed. You got some weeds right there, and I got, it's not littered with weeds, but it's weeds in here. All right, but I'm gonna have him to bag up this section right here. So if I do have any weeds that have seeds on it that I don't see, we're gonna get those bagged up, and this is gonna be how you suppress those weeds with your lawnmower. Yes, you need to cut your lawnmower even when, cut your lawn even when it's dormant. That's how it's gonna look neat when you get through. And I'll kind of pan real quick. And all of these spots, 90% of it is, like I said, the angle rye, and 10% of it is pour in here, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And while BYD Junior is using this small mower, I'm gonna use the big mower because it's getting dark and we need to speed this up. For next, so BYD Junior has indicated that it's filling up, and normally how we do that is you take your foot, you know how you got those cars, you wave it up in there in the hood, the tailgate raises up. Well, same thing here. You just kind of kick on it and you can feel the denseness of it. If it's, you don't want your bag to get so filled up until it's hard to dump, because once you do that and that grass start getting juicy, it's gonna clog up those pores and you'll have weed seeds that get stuck in there. But you don't want it to get so full till you're having a hard time dumping it. So when it's about 70-80% full, time to dump it. So let's go dump it and see what it looks like. Junior is gonna remove that bagger, and he forgot. There you go. Pull that little switch up. Man. All right, we're gonna dump this out in this little spot back here, right here. And we'll just see what it looks like. Yeah. Grab the back of it. That little, right there. Yep. Dump it out. Alright, while you put that back on there, show them. But guys, this is what I'm talking about. You'll have weed seeds in here, and I hear people, you know, recomposting this stuff and using their soil, and next thing you know, that soil is infested with weeds. Guys, when you bag this stuff up, do not use this again, all right? Just get rid of it. If you got one of those companies that come by and pick it up in the recycle bag, that's a good idea. If you got a wooded area that you're dumping in, that's a good idea, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and let BYD Junior finish cutting, but this is one of the techniques that we use to suppress the weed growth and make the yard look good at the same time. Okay, yard fanatics, hopefully this video has helped you to learn how to suppress those weeds in your lawn with your lawnmower. All right, guys, like I said, if you hadn't subscribed, click the subscription button, hit the notification bell. And when I say notification bell, guys, I mean the notification bell with the little line, the one that you'll get notified immediately when BYD uploads a video. Once again, you are tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.